In the bustling streets of Los Angeles, where dreams are made and broken every day, a story unfolds that proves sometimes the heart knows what the mind refuses to accept. Sophia Martinez was the most popular girl at UCLA. With her father owning a chain of luxury hotels, she lived in a world of private jets, design everything, and exclusive parties. Her Instagram was filled with pictures from exotic locations and expensive restaurants. Jake Wilson was different. He worked 3 jobs to pay for his business studies, delivering pizza at night, tutoring kids on weekends, and helping at a local grocery store. His clothes came from thrift stores, and his old Honda barely ran. But his dreams were bigger than his bank account. Their paths crossed in the most unexpected way. It was a rainy Tuesday when Sophia's Mercedes broke down on Sunset Boulevard. She was wearing white designer shoes and had an important meeting with her father's business partners. Jake happened to be delivering pizza nearby when he saw her standing helplessly by her car. "Need help?" Jake asked, getting out of his beat-up Honda. Sophia looked at his pizza delivery uniform and old car with obvious disgust. "I'm fine. I've already called roadside assistance. It might take hours in this traffic. I can give you a ride," Jake offered genuinely. "No thank you. We're not from the same world," Sophia replied coldly, but when her phone died and the rain got heavier, she had no choice. Reluctantly, she got into Jake's car, sitting as far from him as possible during the ride. Jake tried to make conversation. "I'm Jake, business major at UCLA. You?" "Sophia, and I don't usually talk to delivery boys," she said rudely. Jake just smiled. Everyone's got to start somewhere. From that day, Jake couldn't get Sophia out of his mind. He would see her on campus, always surrounded by her rich friends, always looking perfect. He started leaving small notes in her locker, not love letters, just encouraging words before exams or funny jokes to make her smile. Sophia threw them away without reading most of them. Meanwhile, Alexander Reed entered Sophia's life. He was the son of a tech billionaire, drove a Lamborghini, and owned a penthouse in Beverly Hills. Everything about him screamed wealth and status. He took Sophia to the most expensive restaurants, bought her jewelry worth thousands, and flew her to Paris for weekend trips. Sophia was living her dream life, or so she thought. One evening, Jake gathered all his courage. He had saved money from his 3 jobs to buy her a simple but beautiful bracelet. He approached her outside the library. "Sophia, I know I don't have much to offer, but my feelings are real. I love you for who you are, not what you have," Jake said, offering her the small gift box. Sophia laughed cruelly. "Are you serious? Look at yourself, Jake. You smell like pizza grease. You drive a car that's older than we are. I'm dating Alexander Reed. He's worth millions. What can you possibly give me? Your food stamps?" Her rich friends giggled in the background. Jake's face turned red with humiliation, but he quietly walked away. "Stay in your lane, pizza boy," Sophia called after him. Jake was heartbroken, but determined. He threw himself into his studies and work, vowing to prove himself one day. Months passed. Sophia's relationship with Alexander seemed perfect from the outside. He showered her with expensive gifts, took her to exclusive events, and she felt like a queen. But slowly, she began to notice things. Alexander was always on his phone, even during their romantic dinners. He would cancel their dates for business meetings that she later discovered were parties with other women. When she tried to have deep conversations, he would change the subject to materialistic things. One night at a charity gala, Sophia overheard Alexander talking to his friends. "Sophia's hot and her dad's hotel connections are useful for my business, but she's not that smart. I'm just having fun until I find someone better." His friends laughed. "What about that Russian model you've been seeing? That's just physical. Don't worry, I'll dump Sophia soon. She's getting too clingy anyway." Sophia's heart shattered. She realized she had been nothing more than a trophy and a business opportunity to Alexander. The next few weeks were difficult. Sophia started noticing things she had ignored before. She remembered Jake's genuine smile, his kind gestures, and how he had tried to help her even when she was rude to him. She found the old notes he had left in her locker and actually read them for the first time. One note said, "Don't let anyone dim your light. You're stronger than you think." Another, "Read. Success isn't about what you have. It's about who you become." She realized Jake had seen something in her that Alexander never had: her real self. Meanwhile, Jake's hard work was paying off. He had won a scholarship for his outstanding grades, and a startup he created was getting attention from investors. His 3 jobs had taught him valuable skills about business and determination. During Christmas break, Sapphire finally found the courage to approach Jake. She found him at the campus library, studying even during holidays.
Jake, can we talk? Jake looked up, surprised. What do you want, Sapphire?
I want to apologize.
I was wrong about everything.
I judged you by your bank account instead of your character. Jake remained silent, still hurt by her previous words. You were right about Alexander.
He was using me for my father's connections and
other things. I realized that you were the only one who ever cared about the real me, Sapphire continued, tears in her eyes. I'm sorry I called you names. I'm sorry I threw away your notes. I'm sorry I chose money over a good heart. I don't deserve your forgiveness. But I needed to tell you that I was wrong. Jake studied her face. Sapphire, those words really hurt me. But I never stopped caring about you. Even when you were cruel, is there any chance you could forgive me?
could we
Start over as friends.
Jake thought for a moment.
It will take time to rebuild trust. But yes, we can try over the next few
months. They slowly built a genuine friendship.
Sapphire discovered Jake's dreams, his struggles, and his incredible determination.
Jake saw Sapphire's real personality when she wasn't trying to impress anyone. Sapphire started volunteering at the homeless shelter where Jake worked.
She saw how he treated everyone with respect, regardless of their situation. She began to understand what real character meant. A year later, at graduation, they stood together as Jake received multiple awards for academic excellence.
His startup had become successful, and he had job offers from major companies. You know, what the funny thing is, Sapphire said to Jake as they walked across campus. What? I thought I needed someone rich to be happy. But the richest person I know is you, rich in kindness, dreams, and integrity. Jake smiled. And I learned that everyone deserves a second chance, including people who make mistakes when they're young and confused.
As for Alexander, he was still wealthy, but jumping from relationship to relationship, never finding real happiness because he had never learned to value people for who they truly were. Sapphire and Jake's story taught them both that true love isn't about what someone can buy you, it's about who they become when no one is watching, how they treat others, and whether they can see the best in you even when you can't see it in yourself.
Sometimes the best things in life come in packages we almost throw away, Sapphire said, taking Jake's hand. Good thing you learned to look past the wrapping, Jake replied, smiling. Their love story proved that second chances can lead to first class
happiness, and that the heart's GPS is more accurate than society's map of success.